Hi everyone, my name is Teria with Piece and Make, and today I have another fun video. So I have this cool fabric from EBT Fabrics that I won, and I wanted to go over some design ideas. I have another video where I tell you specifically what I want to do with this fabric, but in this video, I want to imagine, I want to design, I want to just have fun and think about other things that I can do with this fabric. I don't have enough to make it into that, but we can talk about it, right? So I also wanted to let you know kind of my design process and what I think about when I match the fabric to the garment. One thing I look at is the drape of it. So this is a pretty structured fabric. And so I'm not going to get something that will be made for a lightweight fabric. Basically what I did, I'm going to show you all my screen. I Googled silk outfits with structured fabric. So all of the results are not actually silk fabric, but some of them are more structured fabrics. I'm going to show you the ones that I ended up pulling after like scrolling. The first one is this dress from Dior, and it is a mid-length blazer dress. So first of all, let's look at that price right there. Let's look at the fabric content, which is wool and silk. So it's natural fibers made by Dior, which is why it is the price that it is. But the cool thing about us being able to sew is that I can make this at home. The first resource that I use is simplicity.com. I think that's the website name. Basically the big 5 patterns. Because they have such a library of patterns, I go there first to look for something that I can either use this outright or one that I'll have to like manipulate the pattern. So for this, I would probably have to manipulate the pattern, but I can get like the basic lines for it. I can get pretty close, and that way I don't have to start from scratch when making my pattern. So let me get a close-up of this dress. What I would do for this front panel right here, let me show you the fabric again. So you have a left panel and a right panel and then a middle flower. So it gives us a lot of print to work with. What I would do for this, hold on, let me show you the fabric again. There you go. This is the fabric. And so what I would do for this center part right here, I would just use this middle panel flower for that, and then the back center front, I would probably do the panel. I think that would be cool. Or because you see that there's a seam in the middle, I could zoom in some. Yeah, there's a center back seam. So what I could probably do with that, I could even make the panel, you could still have the flower in the middle and then have a peak of that panel on both sides. So this is if I had an infinite amount of this type of fabric. But I look for the darts, which are, there's a dart. I think those are called fisheye darts. I'm not sure. I look at the structure of the collar. There are no sleeves, so that's all one piece. And then the back, I think that's actually a seam. Yeah, that's a seam and that's a seam. So when I look for my fabric, when I look for my pattern in Simplicity, I may not actually need this seam, but it gives me something else to play with. So that's the first one. The next one is this. It is not fully my style, but I'll tell you how I can make it my style. So let me go to the full picture of it. Okay, I would cut that above the knee and make it a short shirt. I would scoop this neckline down because I don't like the high necks. I don't understand why that's big in fashion, but for me, I don't like it. So I would make that more scooped. Looking at the side, I would keep that. You have a side dart. And what I would do for this fabric is, once again, I would probably make the flower go down the middle. And then you could see a peekaboo effect of the side panel on both sides. And then for the pants, I don't even know if I would use this fabric for the pants. I would probably use a fabric that matches. Like you have this purple in here. I could find something with that purple color. Or if I did use this fabric, I would just try to incorporate the border print, or I would just incorporate the flower part of the panel. So here's the back, center back seam. I really like these covered buttons right here. But yeah, let's see what type of fabric. It's 100% silk, which is cool. So yeah, it says it has a high neckline. Actually, all the things I explained, it listed right there. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next fabric. It's from Celine. I really like this website. It's very easy to use. I'm on my desktop, so yeah, you just click and drag it. But let's see. For this, I would make that panel on the left and on the right. So this panel, I would make it on the left and on the right side. And then let me show you all the back. Because of the drape of this fabric, the stiffness of it, I would not gather it like that. I would just have that as one piece and just get rid of all those gatherings. So on the back of the dress, I would have this center flower part, and then probably the side panels would peek through some. Yeah, it might peek through some. It depends on how wide your back is, basically. But yeah. So that's the fullness. That is a really pretty dress. I love this pink color as well. I have if you look back on my shorts, I made a pink jumpsuit that is about this color. When I first saw that fabric, I was like, oh my gosh, am I really going to make a whole jumpsuit that's pink? I was nervous, but it was a hit. Like, I really get a lot of compliments on it. I love that jumpsuit so much. So yeah, the other way I would style it for myself is that I would cut this. Okay, one thing to think about when you have a shirt dress, I would not make the sleeves go all the way down to your wrist. I wouldn't make it go all the way down to your ankles. That is way too much fabric, and it's going to swallow you. Like, it's going to be too much fabric. So what I would do is either 3/4 length or short sleeves, and then I would cut, and then I could have this part long still. That's option one. Or I would cut this above the knee, not even below the knee. It's got to be above the knee a little bit, because these sleeves, if I keep the length of the sleeves, I got to cut the skirt. So that's how I would style it. Let's take a look at these buttons. Oh, if I could just buy pretty buttons like this without it being $1 million, like, that would be awesome. But yeah, I love that. And that little pocket, that is cute. I never thought about like a curved pocket. That's neat. I might have to incorporate that. That's why I like to look at like outfits online. You don't have to go to the store to look at stuff. There are so many inspirational stores online that you can do their designs with the patterns that you can find. Either you could draft it yourself or you can go to even indie pattern makers. Sometimes I can find dresses from them that are similar to what I see online. So yeah, here's the next dress. This is made from a pretty brocade. I picked this dress because it has that structure. It's a little bit, brocade is more stiff than this silk, but I think that because of the basic lines, the simple lines of this dress, I can actually still use that as a design that I could do a mock-up from, or make a garment out of. So let's see. Oh, first let's look at the fabric type. Type of fabric, it is 80% polyester, 9% metallic fiber, 7% silk, and 4% polyamide. And then the lining is acetate and polyester. So let's see, what else? Oh, price. Once again, even if you buy expensive fabric, you will not get close to this. I mean, actually, some of the fabric can get close to that price. Some of the mood fabrics or Britex, I forgot, Britex, it's in California. Both of those stores have very expensive fabrics, but they also have like reasonably priced fabrics. But there are so many fabrics that you can buy that will not still get you to that number. So let's do a close-up. This is a nice website too. It's so easy to just move it. So yeah, with this, I don't know if I would scoop the neck down some. I think that that's fine. That's a pretty style, but I may just bring it a little bit down. But overall, I think that's fine for me for this dress. You have a center, you have the seam line between the bodice and the skirt. And then you have a dart coming from the bust down on both sides. And the skirt has no seam lines. So they want to showcase this print, this weave. So you can see up here, the weave is kind of broken up by that dart, but that's okay. So what I would do with this dress and this fabric, I would use this center for that would be the focal point right there. Or, yeah, that would be the focal point. So here's the back. Oh, they do not have a back, which is fine. But you see the side seam for the skirt. This is a very basic design. No, they do have the back. Here's the back. You have a invisible zipper. Okay, so that's as big as it's letting me get that picture. You have an invisible zipper, and then you have fisheye darts on the back, and you have that middle, that bodice and skirt seam. And that's it. You can even find a pattern. If it doesn't have the fisheye darts, you could add that in yourself. So, and two, it doesn't have to exactly be the design. You still have creative freedom to work with what looks nice on your body. That is the goal. What looks nice on my body, what makes me not look frumpy. And so you design it around that. I would keep the skirt the same. Oh, it's a different lady. I would keep this skirt the same. You could even shorten it if you want, but I just really like this overall. The next one is from Dolce & Gabbana. Is that how you say it? Is that how you say it, Dolce & Gabbana? If not, let me know if I'm saying it wrong. So yeah, let's see. Here's the dress. You have front darts in the middle. And then you have a center seam right here. You can barely see it. That stitching is so good. So this bodice right here is interesting because there's no seam line on the sleeve. So this is all one piece right here. And then the skirt is another piece. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy by doing that. But of course they have their label right here. That's going to make it very expensive. And then the back, you have a covered zipper. I don't know what this feature is called, but I would probably just end up doing an invisible zipper because I know how to do that. I guess it's not hard to do that. I could probably figure it out, but I can just do an invisible zipper. And then you have the back darts and the center seam right there. Yeah, I like the length of it. It's kind of like a shift dress. I don't know if the sleeves make it still a shift dress, but overall it has like a shift dress feel. So what I would do with this, with the print, I would do the flowers. Yeah, I think the front, I would do the flowers. The back, ooh, I'm not fully sure because this zipper is going to break up the pattern a lot. I would probably actually not even do a zipper for this. I would bring this all the way up and then do a side zipper and do at the top, I would do a keyhole so that I can get in and out of it. So a side zipper so that it can loosen up this middle part so I can get it over my head, over my shoulders. And then this so I can get my head out. Because if you just do a if you just do I forgot what I just said that's called, but if you just do a closure in the back, like say it starts right there and ends up there with like a button or something, then your head will be able to get out, but you won't be able to get this middle part out because the darts make it so close to fit. So you would need a side zipper over here. Yeah. So that's probably what I would actually do to do a design change. Also, let's look at this outfit. Would you all wear these stockings? I don't think I would. I don't like brands that much to just put them all over my leg. These shoes are so cute, but I would do like a neutral, like brown, and then wear these shoes to match my dress. Or I would do like a black or a tan shoe. Yeah, it depends, but I just know I'm not wearing those stockings. Or if I did purple stockings, like they would just be purple stockings without a name on it. So I thought that was interesting. Let's look at the fabric details. It is a tweed. Let's see. I don't see what it is made out of. Those are other suggestions. Ooh, oh, such a pretty lace. Oh my gosh, I need to look at this website. Wow, I didn't know they had stuff on here that I like. Okay, I gotta stay focused. Yeah, I can't find what fabric it's made out of. A lot of times they will put that on there, but that's okay. Let's find the price. Yep, there we go. Price is right there. So once again, we are saving money by sewing. Even though the time though, I always think about if we take the cost of our time, will we still get to that number? Because it takes me a long time to make stuff sometimes. I don't know. Maybe one day I could do a study on it. But for the time being, I'm just going to sew and buy pretty fabric and not worry about it. But yeah, so those are some designs that I found on my imaginary, like just let my mind just kind of go wild and see what other designs I could come up with from this fabric. Let me know what you all think. If you want to send me some pictures that you would use, you could send them to my Instagram page. So my Instagram is at Piece and Make, because I don't think you could send images on YouTube. But anyways, and then if you send some images, maybe I'll like do another video and show your pictures, and then we can like talk about it again. Because once again, we want to have like a back and forth dialogue. Or, I mean, yeah, it's up to you. Anyways, please like and subscribe and follow me on my journey as I am redoing my wardrobe and just expanding my mind on the things that I want to sew. We're going into luxury fabric territory at this point. So still going to be making normal everyday wear, but sometimes we can dream and have some dreamy outfits, which is what I'm going to do now because my skill has increased. You can also follow me at my blog, pieceandmake.com. I have a gallery. Oh yeah, my gallery page is like so cool, y'all. You can see all the pictures of what I've done over the years. So trying to think of what else. Follow me on my newsletter. If you go on my website, you'll see the pop-up for my newsletter. So yeah, I have some cool things coming this year. So I'm so happy to be back. I've been posting. I've been doing a great job posting. I have so many ideas just bursting from the seams, and I just got to get them out to you all. All right, I will stop this outro because it is way too long right now. All righty, talk to you all later. Bye.